Hey guys,
Hello.
it's Joe and Matt with VMP's Tuning Tuesday. I think you said episode 7.
Yep. Rotational check, Joe.
And we got a rotational check.
Rotational check.
All right.
Chop.
So
Everything's good.
Everything rotates. Our mics are on. We're good to go.
Yes.
So this weekend, I'm gonna steal the light here. If any of
Yes.
you guys play Black Ops 2 Zombies on PlayStation 3, hit me up.
Woo! You had to go and get it on PlayStation now.
I did.
Not fair. We play all the time on Xbox.
Is that only PS3, Joe?
Yeah, only PS3.
I
I went and bought a PS3 specifically for this.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm tempted to go buy a PS3 now. Just to
I know.
play
It was $60
I will not be
for
buying
the.
a PS3 to play zombies with you. Because I already have zombies and
You're
I play it
hateful.
on my Xbox.
You're hateful. It was $60 for the PlayStation 3, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, and a controller. And it was $60 for Call of Duty 2 on PC. So I was like, yeah, screw all that. I'm just getting a PlayStation.
You're going to make Aiden very sad because we play
Yeah.
that all the time. I never remember, is it Green Run or whatever, the map it's the town with the lava in the middle?
Yeah,
And it's
I don't.
cross
Transit.
pattern. No, that's not transit. No, it's not
the
transit.
lava.
I think
No,
when
it's
you
not
get in the
transit.
bus, transit
Yeah,
takes you
takes
to
you
that
to
town.
Oh no, but I just play the town.
Oh.
Like I said, you get out in the bar.
Yeah, so you start in the town. when you
Yeah, I
play.
start in the town. Yeah, and you're up in the bar and you're shooting them, and then when you get overrun, you jump out the window and you run across the caddy corner to the other bar where the jug is, and you go upstairs. You lay it down some more. You get in trouble. You buy the MP5.
Go to
you
town.
a transit guy, Joe?
I never liked
That's
transit.
the only map I've played so far.
Transit
And this
makes
is my
me
first
angry.
time playing in like 5 years.
Oh, dude, we gotta get. All right, if I'm getting it, we're going deep. Well, we gotta go Alcatraz.
I like Alcatraz. It's all right. It's very complicated.
We gotta get the crazy mess.
I still had the Nuketown map on my
Nuketown
little
Zombies?
PlayStation Store account. So
Newtown Zombies is all right. It's really
Yeah.
small.
it is really small, but
Very
that keeps
crowded.
things very interesting.
Yes,
And it's
You
really
gotta keep
hard.
your player count
It's
down.
really hard to get any kind of zombie train going in Newtown.
Yeah.
No way, dude. Around the vehicles in the.
Yeah, but there's that real small
The cut
area where
through.
the cut through with the buses. They always get my ass, man.
Amateurs.
They stack me up in that little cut through, and you can't go around them. You can't slide over them.
Putting it over
So
here.
anyway, I started blasting.
So anyways, I started blasting. Jeremy.
Oh,
Matt,
my man.
he says hi.
Jeremy. Hey.
Isaac Campbell, you think moving your cats further downstream will help them live any longer? I think it'd help a tiny bit, but I don't think it'd help a lot. If anything, it'd just delay the amount of time it takes
Yeah.
for them to warm up.
We were just talking about this. That's the trade-off, is that you move them away from the heat source, they take longer to warm up, and therefore
longer to be effective.
and therefore potentially puts you in an emissions, or puts you in a risk where you don't pass emissions at all.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not going to pass emissions, what's the point of having the cats?
Mm-hmm.
But it does cool them down.
Yeah.
So you need variable length ones where they're up close, and then after they warm up, they move
But by
farther
that
away.
same token, how much is exhaust gas temperature reducing over the course of, let's say, a foot inside the pipe?
I have no idea.
Probably not a lot.
No. Move it to the back.
I think your cool down effect is primarily going to be the exhaust gases breathing into the metal and heating the metal up around in the pipe,
Yeah.
and then having it get to where most of that heat's put in the pipe before it gets to the cat.
We need a diverter valve with 2 pipes. So we're gonna have a cat. We're gonna
Like
have
the
a valve.
Koenigsegg.
Yeah, we're gonna have a valve and a 1 cat. And then when this one's warmed up and we're gonna go to big power mode, it moves over and it runs through this pipe, and there's a cat all the way in the back,
There's a power enrich trigger that under power enrichment, it goes
Right.
around the cat.
and it moves the cat all the way to the back of the car, and that one won't ever overheat.
So we have GP Quinny. I'll turn my brightness up so
Yeah, I can't see
both of us
anything,
old people can see stuff. 2012 GT Gen 1 NA motor, built, balanced, blueprinted by Brett Barber, E85, free-flowing exhaust, Boss Race Program heads.
21 and a half. I'm guessing that was supposed to be 12 and a half.
I'm going to guess it's supposed to be 12.5 to 1
Homie
compression.
built a
5-weight
diesel.
motor. Can I get more staying NA? I didn't see what intake manifolds on it.
I didn't see what cams either.
Yeah. It detects any type of yaw.
Correct.
And traction control is what it does when it detects a front and rear wheel speed difference, or
Yeah.
a independent rear wheel speed sensor difference.
Yeah, the stability control uses the ABS as an output function. But yeah, it has to do more with if you're...
The car's starting to rotate.
Yeah, if
that's
the
when
car's
it
starting to
affects
rotate, it will apply more brake bias to one brake than the other brake to try and straighten it back out, not
And that's
flip
where it gets
over.
tricky if you're picking tires up at the track.
Yes.
If you pick tires up and advanced track is active, it loses its shit when it sees left front wheel speed take a dive and right front staying good, or right
Yeah.
front coming down as well. Because then it thinks the car's rotating, and it's not. It's just doing fun wheelie stuff. But yeah.
You get them
At the end of the day-
them airbag tunes. Remember the airbag delete tunes? I think it was it Psy that did those?
I don't know.
They picked on him. Someone did one for a while because they had one on a two-step and it set the airbag off or something like that. And he got made fun of for like a year for airbag delete tunes.
The
I
struggle.
think it was Psy. Anyway.
I guess moral of the story is make sure it's off when you're racing. John Smith, can you get away with running a 79mm pulley on a Gen 2R with a booster pump and 93 in the 56-pound injectors? Yes, as long as your 93 is good quality. All right.
Jeremy Russo asked Matt what it's like to be a race car driver. I don't know. That is for sure. And if you want to get technical, Jeremy has been faster than I have. So I feel like he should answer his own question because I do not know.
It's like
I don't
the
even
meme
remember.
It's like the meme of Fred from Scooby-Doo, where it's like
Yeah.
pull the head off.
And it's the same dude.
It's the same dude. So that's Jeremy asking you what it's like to be a race car driver.
Correct.
Wait a second.
No, he's picking on me because my car is not and never will run ever. Ever.
Daniel Sinclair.
It's like
What's
a
up,
pool.
guys? Gen
I
3
compare my
out
car
comes
to
in
a
the mail
pool.
today. Can't wait. Awesome, Daniel. Daniel, for those that don't know, has a 15 to 17 F-150, and he likes going fast. He likes to party.
Gen 3R, all the boostesses,
You got to put that 10.5 to 1 motor to work.
all the atmospheres.
Yeah, at all the atmospheres. You got it, Brian. Brian's gonna hook you up for those that don't know with what we're referring to there.
So now I need to get a picture of Jeremy, and I got to get Jeremy or Brian to Photoshop Jeremy's picture on both.
Oh, this can be done.
Is that it for questions so far, Brian?
No, there's more. I've just been slacking.
We
Oh,
just
it's
got
all good.
started.
I just wanted to make sure because I can find stuff to talk about.
Oh, you guys go ahead.
So Call of Duty Black Ops.
I told you the secret with the ballistics knife when you play 4 deep. Did you?
Yeah.
Have you done that
Yeah,
yet?
remember, I have not done that yet. I've
It
not gotten
works
4
great.
deep. The,
So you
the
add-
extent of my playing was the hour before I went to bed after I cleaned the Coca-Cola out of the controller for an hour.
We went over this. It's Mountain Dew and Dorito dust.
Yeah, my bad. Mountain Dew and ground Dorito dust. My controller was full, my buttons were sticking, so I pulled the controller apart at 10:30 and fixed it because I couldn't start a game and have a button stick on me and make me lose my
Yeah.
mind.
So what you do is you take when you're rolling 4 deep, you take whoever is the best at running around and dodging zombies, and he becomes the medic. And he gets he tries to hit the ballistics knife. You pack a punch the ballistics knife, and it's an instant revive anywhere in the map. He just has to shoot your ass from across the map, like, and you're in. That's it. You're good. So he's the medic. He just runs around. He stays alive. Unless your medic goes down, then you're screwed. But
there's also a perk that you can buy.
Quick revive.
Isn't there another one though that like brings you back immediately?
not immediately. Are you thinking about Tombstone?
I think about Tombstone.
Tombstone is you get all your shit. Well, and then there's a glitch with Tombstone. I don't know if you know this. So you get all your stuff, then you get Tombstone, and then when you go down, I'm trying to remember, I've done it a while. So when you go down, then you opt out. You say no, don't do anything. Then when you come back to the next level, you get all your stuff, plus you can go get the other perks too. So you can have all the perks.
Double perks.
Yeah, because it doesn't count when you go and you get your old stuff. It doesn't count as your 4 perks. So you get those 4 plus you can go get the other 2.
I'm down with it.
So I got you, man.
GP Gwinny, 12.5 to 1 Porta Cobra Jet, Comp Stage 3. It sounds like you're at where you're at.
Yeah, it probably could use some more camshaft.
Yeah.
But you're going to start really running into...
Custom stuff?
Yeah, and you're going to keep moving it higher and higher in the RPM range.
nitrous.
Yeah.
Nitrous.
That sounds like a perfect motor for a 200 kit.
Exactly. Slab shacks, rec orders. I had both O2 sensors to fail in a week. I barely drive the car. The first one caused a misfire and was dumping fuel. The second, a week later, code 2629, open circuit, GT500 Dynatech header suggestions.
So that's actually, it's more of a Dynatech thing. I've had that happen.
2629. I have not.
That's
had
like the
experience
pumping
with that.
current thing. Dynatech puts the O2 sensors in sideways.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I know other companies do that too, but it seems like Dynatech's the worst. But anyway, it puts the O2 sensors in from sideways, and they can't drain the moisture.
So what
out
you're
of the
saying
tips.
is 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock as opposed to like
Correct.
A vertical cutaway.
So you want to fix your problem once and for all is weld in 2 more O2 bungs and move them from
9 and 12.
9 and 12.
9 and 3, sorry.
Right,
that
correct.
person.
Move them from 9 and 3 up to
Like
10 and 2.
10:30 and 1:30
Yeah.
type of thing.
And so that will keep the moisture from collecting in the tip of the O2 sensor. Also, if you're really desperate, you can also wrap the headers because that keeps
the heat in.
There's
them
been
a
some
little
data
bit.
that supports if you wrap the headers, it keeps more heat in there and tries to keep the O2 sensor alive, but either that or just keep putting sensors in it.
Yeah, like Matt said, that code's O2 sensor,
Pumping
pumping current, trim current, open, bank 1, bank 2 sensor 1.
I know that because I just fought that on a Hellcat last week.
Oh, man. John Smith, thank you. He was the one asking about the 56s. Dorian, hey guys. Hey Dorian, how's it going, man? We got Bobby Williams. Ask Joe about stretching the fuel mileage on the Crown Vic.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
We know exactly. It's kind of really
Oh,
ironic
man.
where it broke down.
Yeah, it was a lucky thing. The whole stretching the fuel mileage on the Crown Vic thing would work a whole lot better if the tune was in it. I pulled the tune out so I could get my 96 GT running because I had it's tuned with SET, so I can't tune more than one car at once. So it's like I have to pick the Mustang or pick the Vic, and right now the Mustang has a tune in it, even though I'm not driving it.
Jeez, if only there was like an HP tuner's cable with a bunch of credits.
They don't support 03 Crown Victoria. They only support 05 up.
We'll do the other one with HP.
The 96 GT that they also don't support.
I thought they did.
I don't think they support 96 GT.
Well, fine, Joe, fine.
Yeah, if Eric, if you're watching, I doubt you are,
sorry.
but if you are, please add what
Crown
Jam
Vic
is into
support.
that. Yeah, add Crown Vic support and add 96 GT support. I think I'm using LLH3
You know what?
on that one.
You know, when I worked at Diablo, I can't even describe to you how many people requested Grand Marquis support.
There's a
I
lot
don't
of
know
them out
why.
there, dude. There is a lot of them out there.
I don't know what it is about people that I have a Grand Marquis, I want to tune it, but damn, dude, constantly. To the point
like
where I
that
actually
neon
considered
thing.
it.
It's like that neon thing,
I'm
dude.
wondering. Yeah.
John G, what's the best plugs for an NA 2013 Coyote with 91, 93, and 105 octane tunes for racing and best gap?
Stock.
Yeah, stock plugs and gap stock or anywhere from that, I think it's 48 thou stock, all the way down to 30. You can run anywhere in that range.
I run 35 on NA stuff. Ooh, excuse me.
R4, could you use an engine harness from a 2011 to 2014 GT500 on a 5.4 iron block from a 2007 to 2009 GT500 and have functional knock sensors? Found a killer deal on a short block 07 GT500 just in case. I don't see any reason why you couldn't, but the knock sensor calibration is going to be different, or at least I would think it would be going from an iron block to an aluminum block.
Yeah, iron is pretty terrible at transferring noise compared to aluminum.
That being said, even the stock 11 to 14 GT500 knock sensor calibration isn't the greatest.
Correct.
At
Well, that's
least
kind of
not
what I'm
compared
getting
to
at.
Coyote
Is
and stuff.
it was terrible to begin with on 11 to 12 for an aluminum block. You're gonna put on an iron block, it's gonna be worse.
Mm-hmm.
You probably could. I don't feel that it's worth the effort involved.
Mm-hmm.
I would just tune it like a.
I think his question here is he has an 11 to 14 GT500. He's putting an 0709 GT500 short block in it. He's wondering if he can still use the knock sensors.
Yeah, you could.
I would still bolt them down and everything, but like most people that tune GT500s, they don't really get a whole lot of freedom of execution anyway, so kind of do with that what you will. In stock form, I think they can add up to 4 in the low range. They blend into like 2 and then blend into nothing past 5500. They can't add anything past 5500, but they can
Right.
pull up to 1 or 2. So nothing crazy. John Smith, is VP Octanium any good? Yeah, I'd say in the grand scheme of off-the-shelf octane boosters, VP Octanium is pretty good. I'd hold it up there with Torco, and I'd put Boostane a tiny bit above both of them.
Yeah.
You got this one.
Yo, what events do you guys know you'll be at this year? You ever make it over to Palm Beach? I don't think we have Palm Beach scheduled for anything, do we?
I don't think we do either, but it's worth mentioning that we did just release our event schedule. I think it was last week.
I was just gonna say we've announced that. So we're TX2K,
NMRA Bradenton.
NMRA Bradenton, Cletus and Cars in Bradenton. We're doing Cletus and Cars
In Houston, I think.
Houston, something
We're
like that.
doing,
We're doing Bowling Green, NMRA Bowling Green. These are all the ones I'm thinking of. Ponies in the Smokies is coming up. So very busy March.
Yeah, I'd say your best bet's going to be to look at the event schedule.
Yeah, that's all.
I don't think we have any
off the top
event
of my head.
scheduled for PBIR though. Billy Brantley, we do a ton of gray marquees and Crown Vics.
Yeah,
Ford
see?
like 500 million of them. Gray
Hey,
market.
yeah.
Yep. I have one, so I know. They're fun.
All them police cars rolling around.
Everywhere.
Where you at, Brian? What you got? Come in, bro.
I think he's trying to find the event schedule. It was posted to our Facebook page. The link was posted. Yeah, the link was posted to our Facebook page. So if you hold up, Brian's gonna meet you where you're at. Give you that event schedule right meow. My man. Ooh, I can be fancy like that too. Let's see who finds it first.
He's got a big time head start on you.
I know. Which will just make it very sad if I find it first.
It would make me really sad.
Although I saw it first, so I guess that's worth
Joe, you
something.
make me so sad.
Why do I make you sad?
You got a PlayStation 3.
Why does that make you sad?
It makes me sad. I can't play with you. You should have asked. I would have bought you an Xbox just so I could play with you.
PlayStation 3s can't be that expensive.
Oh, I'm not getting a PlayStation 3. It's against my
It's-
principalities.
It's a principal thing for him. Our internet right now is garbage. You need to pay the
Maybe
bill.
it's this
again.
room.
No, I think it's just you guys. My internet's cranking.
You're hogging all the internet.
That's
the
what
problem.
it is. Internet hog. See the bandwidth going. It's like a parking meter, and you got to put a couple more quarters in it. It goes back up again.
Let's continue the show so we're not just sitting here.
Yeah, whatever.
Nothing. We'll find it. And I'll post
We will
it.
get the event schedule posted up for.
Well, we're
you
at the
to
end of the
have.
question, so
No,
Okay.
no
Hold on,
question.
there are more coming. I promise.
No end of questions.
while you do that, I'll look.
Perfect.
Surprised Jeremy's not coming at me harder right now.
Here you go. Here comes one. I also have my question ready to go.
Ooh.
Hit me, fire away, dog.
Should I roll up my sleeves?
I mean, if you want to. Okay, so I'll do mine, and then there's more coming. So my question is, so it's kind of like a list. I'm sort of asking you guys for a list, right? And it's like almost everywhere you go, right? There are sort of unwritten rules, things you shouldn't do that a lot of people don't know.
Like stand next to a guy at a urinal when there's others open.
Exactly.
You just don't do that.
That's sort of in our DNA, though. You know?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, so if I go to the racetrack for the first time,
Correct.
what are like 3 do's that I should do to
Ooh.
fit in, and what are 3 don'ts that I should definitely not do because I'll get looked at like I'm weird?
Bring a helmet. So you're not trying to borrow and or rent all of the other helmets in the place.
Bring your own tire pressure gauge.
Bring your own tire pressure gauge. And the helmet thing, yeah, technically they say that the rule is you're not supposed.
Is it
you don't.
1250?
It's 100 miles an hour. If you trap over 100, you need a helmet. Pretty much everything nowadays, performance car is going to go that fast. It's just a good idea to have one anyway. So bring a helmet. Bring a tire pressure gauge.
So that's two. That's two do's.
Um,
You know what? I can add a third one because I was with Joe once filming stuff. Wear pants.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's safety. Pants, closed-toed shoes.
So I guess let's make that all one then.
Yeah. So proper safety.
There you go.
There you go. We'll make that one. The second one is just talk to people and watch what other people, because chances are other people have been there. You know, you're at the track that other people have been there before. If you've never been there, kind of just talk to people. Most of us are nice people, and we will tell you what to do and don't do. And just kind of do as the others are doing. You know, watch how they're staging. Pay attention. Don't just try and jump into it. Pay attention. Try and see what everyone else is doing and how to do it the proper way. One could argue that you would almost want to, if you've never been there before, you would want to tell one of the staff members, hey, I haven't done this before, because then they'll kind of help you out a little bit. They'll guide you some more.
That's a good idea.
They'll tell you, come forward in the burnout box. They'll tell you how to do the burnout. They'll tell you where to line. Generally they'll be helpful. If you say, hey, I've never been this before, sometimes they'll make you run by yourself just in case. So.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right. So that's enough do's.
Right.
What are some solid do not do this?
Don't be a tool bag. No, I'm just kidding.
Be humble.
Be humble. Oh,
Okay,
God.
see, that's a good idea.
Sit down. Be humble.
Be humble. Try and learn something, because if it's your first time there, you don't know as much as you think you know. So he's bringing us clothes. I don't know why is Chuck bringing us clothes?
Oh, nice. We'll be able to talk about that soon. I think we have like another month or two.
I think I just got it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
So, be humble, because not being humble can also get you hurt. So no matter how much you think you know, you can always learn more.
I just posted in the Facebook chat the event schedule. It wasn't on the Facebook page. It was in a blog post. Yeah.
What's some other
I'll kick it over to
don'ts?
YouTube.
There's a long list of don'ts.
I got it right here.
Yeah, I don't even want to get into the don'ts, because that's
There's a long
that's
list
a
of
stupid
don'ts.
long list. Yeah,
Um,
I say we just cut it off there.
Okay.
Was that 5?
no, I only gave one
I only
don't.
gave one.
No, not don'ts, do's.
Dues?
Oh,
yeah,
I
we
gave
gave plenty of dues.
I gave plenty of
Okay,
dues.
just
I
do the
don't-
do's.
Do
Don't do the
do's.
don'ts.
Well, I just meant, okay, so like, is there anything, say for instance, you don't go into a bar and walk up to the musician and start strumming his guitar. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but that's common car etiquette. Don't lean on other people's cars. Don't
Yeah, I was gonna
touch
say,
other
don't-
people's cars.
Don't touch other people's cars.
Okay.
That kind of situation. Be careful around other people's cars. Don't pit too close to them. Give yourself room if you're going to work in your car. Give yourself room.
Yeah, it
The
is
guy
in 5
next to
o'clock
you.
traffic. Don't worry about packing it in
I have
tight.
a huge one. I have a huge one, Joe.
What?
Huge one. Pick up your trash.
Yeah.
For the love of God. I don't know how many times we've gone to Bradenton, or how many times we've gone to OSW or Palm Beach, and people are disgusting slobs. They full on tailgate and they throw everything on the damn ground, and then the
luck,
groundskeeper's
everybody
got to
else.
come pick it. It looks like a circus went through
Yeah, it's
after
not.
people leave. It is terrible. It's embarrassing.
It's not
Pick up your
cool.
trash.
Be an adult.
That's a huge one.
Alright, so that's at least 3 don'ts.
So-
To me, that's like a dude
that's-
of being a decent human
That's what I'm
being.
saying. Basically, racing, we're all there to have fun and make some friends and have a good time. So just be a decent human being.
So it comes down to what you said literally the first time. Don't be a tool.
Don't be a tool bag. Right.
Just don't
Bring
do
a
that.
tool bag, but don't be a tool bag.
Yeah.
So hey, that can be our motto. Bring a tool bag. Just don't
Clean
be
out the interior of your car. Anything
Yeah, there's
that
that
is
one.
in your car, if you get into an accident, becomes a projectile.
Yep.
You
clean
don't
out
want to
the
be
car.
killed by a TI-84.
Texas System in '84 slapping you in the side of the head.
The 84 Plus might do it easier.
Yeah,
but
check your tire pressure. Clean out your car.
make
so
sure
you
your
don't have
tires aren't bald.
I mean, dude, I've seen people out there, their cars are full. I mean, you can't even get stuff in the trunk. There's so much stuff in the trunk. There's stuff in the back seat. Their work uniform, big Pizza Hut sign in the back seat. It's like, come on, people.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Wait,
I
we
mean,
got-
we could make a big, we could make one hell of a big list on both sides for sure.
We got Slab Shack. When O2 sensors go bad, are they 1 dead, 2 dying, or just dirty? I just buy new ones, didn't know if you could clean them, never wanted to risk it. I wouldn't even bother trying to clean them.
I don't know of any way to clean them. Generally, what happens with them is they get water in them, especially on the 85 cars.
Messes up the heating element or shorts it out internally.
Shorts them out internally. Once the heater circuit's shorted out, it's done.
Yeah, it's useless.
Generally, if one is, it's a short circuit situation. One could say if one is bad, the other one is soon to follow, but that's not always the case because it could be just one.
One bank, the angle is just a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's enough to kick it to where.
Now, in a leaded race fuel situation, if you have fouled one, you should probably do both. Yeah. But in a circuit situation from like an E85, you can usually just replace the one.
Mm-hmm. And we have John Jalbert. If I put an Edelbrock TVS on my Jeep, can you tune it, Joe?
Yes.
If I sat there long enough, I could figure it out. Matt has a head start in the sense that he's already tuned the ass backwards Chrysler Dodge Jeeps.
I have. I'll tune it and say it's from Joe. Does that help?
Yeah. John's good people. Travis Schott, Stage 2 Ben Calimer MT82 or GT500 or GT350's TR3160 for 1517 GT overall and cost-wise. Have a second gear synchro starting to go out and trying to weigh options. Plus, I'd be doing a McLeod or Mantic. I would not put a TR3160 in your car.
No, too much money, not enough strength.
Yeah.
I would do the Ben Calimer all day.
Yeah, if strength is your primary concern, do a Stage 3 Calimer. If fixing the trans and making it better than it previously was is your concern, then the Stage 2 Calimer trans.
We will sell you either one.
Yeah.
But I would take the Ben Calimer all day.
And I wouldn't put a TR3160 in my car.
No. Not unless you're going to road race.
Exactly. ORL Mitch, would you guys feel comfortable with a VMP Gen 3 pumping out 700 wheel horsepower and a stock Gen 1 Coyote and MT82 for daily driving and probably weekend racing at the track? That's kind of past the point where I'm comfortable. I'd say that...
They will live at 700. It's just a matter of how long.
Yeah. 6 months or 3 years.
Yeah.
Anywhere in there. Maybe even less.
I had a guy, turbo car, but I had a guy making 730 or 740 the tire for 3 years. And then just 3 years.
Decided it
and
wasn't
then
about
it just,
anymore.
all of a sudden one day, hey, I got some blow-by. Oh, that was it. Runs great, but it's always blow-by.
And she gone.
Now I had another one that made 700 the tire with a D1 SC Pro Charger. And I mean, I bet he had 80 passes on that car. Beat the brakes off of it. And then, same thing, year and a half. I was actually talking to him at lunch at Victor. And I think he had it a year and a half, and then just broke a rod. He wasn't even racing it. He was just pulling out of the gas station. That was it, done. He's like, aw.
Okay, then.
Obviously it hurt it at some other point in time, but...
It was just the straw that broke the camel back.
John Force burnouts.
Turbinator Lou, classic. R4, I wore shorts on a 90-degree day at the drag strip once. The official just laughed at me and told me to wear pants next time.
Yeah.
And that's kind of hit or miss.
You certainly can. That's going to depend on what kind of a mood the track officials are. It's just, you shouldn't.
Yeah. If you get out of an 850 car running shorts, they might be a little pissed off.
I did that once.
I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, but...
James and Johnny Manis, not wearing pants would be indecent exposure. See what you did there? Zach, how do you decide when it's time to pull a parachute? If you're scared that your brakes aren't going to stop you, Zach.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, Zach is Silver GT, which
I
think you
know
already
that.
know.
Because I think I talked to him a little bit about this. From a literal point of view, it depends on the deployment speed of your parachute. Generally, how much air behind the car and how fast you're going plays into that. One can usually throw it about 1,000 foot. By the time the thing falls out, stretches out, blossoms, balloons out, whatever you want to call it, you've got time, and and generally you don't want to let off the gas until the parachute is deployed. It makes the transition much easier. So generally, throw it around 1,000 foot, give or take.
So Joe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Zach, isn't he the car that made 1,000 on Odin?
He is.
So if you guys go on YouTube and watch the Odin's
540,000.
you'll see Zach's car.
That won't. That simply
What you
will
trying to
not do.
You got the maculator out. What are you doing with the maculator?
So, I don't know. Oh, my 9's broken. I forgot about that. I'm like, why? That didn't work.
Your 9 is broken?
Yeah, my 9 is broken. At
You
least on
and
this
Mike,
side. I
I'm
can
petitioning
only.
for both of you guys to get better laptops.
Yeah. Well, I tried blowing it out with compressed air to get all the dust out.
And you made it
And
worse?
no, it was better. And then like 3 days later, my 9 and my enter on the right side here stopped working. So I always have to remember to click over.
So how do you make 9s now?
He has to use the second 9 that's up here.
Yeah, I have 2 9s. I have
Oh,
like
you have
I have a
He's got a
number board on
full-size
the right,
keyboard.
and then a not. Yeah, you got it. R4. Have you guys ever heard of Superior Axles? Found
Absolutely.
out they're in the 97 Cobra. I'm finishing up my GT500 swap in. I believe the 31 spline. I need
Superior's
to
been
double check.
around a long time.
Yeah, I want to say
Yeah.
they even made 28 spline axles.
Yeah, they used
but
to.
I guess a 96 Cobra would have come with 28 spline axle stock.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's probably 31.
They made
probably
a
took
they
a
made
Cobra
a
diff.
28 spline drop-in axle,
Mhm.
and they made a 31 spline. Superior's fine. Honestly, the one could argue they're just as good as Moser. They're just, for whatever
Not
reason,
as well heard
they're
of.
just not as well heard of.
Yeah.
But yes, Superior makes great axles. Never had a problem. I mean, let's face it, they're axles. It's a certain kind of alloy with a certain number of splines and certain dimensions. Blam, done. You know? I mean, I know there's some science into it, but at the end of the day, it's a bar of steel with some splines cut into it. So, what are you doing? 220 feet per second.
Yeah.
All
So if
As
you
I
pull
said,
it
it
at
depends on trap
1,000
speed.
Exactly. If you're pulling the parachute at 150 miles an hour, you're traveling at 220 feet per second.
And you're
So-
pulling at 1,000 foot. That buys you approximately 1.5 seconds of time, which is about right.
Yeah.
As I said, generally speaking, right around 1,000 foot.
Yeah.
And then when you'll feel the chute open and pull on the car, then you can go ahead and let off the gas. Otherwise, that way you don't disrupt the suspension as bad. Because generally, if you've let off, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but if you let off, and you're on the brakes, the weight is to the front of the car, over the front wheels, and now your parachute opens and it yanks you backwards again, and it can sometimes unsettle things.
Well, not only that, when you hit the brakes, the nose end of the car is going to come down, which is going to cut down on the amount of air traveling under it,
Right.
which isn't going to help the parachute.
I said it's not the end of the world, but generally speaking, you want to let the
Around
chute
1,000
open and
foot.
then let off.
Wait, Zach has a draggy. You can see at which point in time the G-forces changed as opposed to the quarter mile, and then he can decide where he needs to pull the chute.
There you go.
Boom.
I don't think it matters all that much.
I'd agree. I like getting into the weeds on stuff sometimes. It's fun. Big Daddy Trucker, what's up, guys? And then Travis Shot. Thanks you two. Would there be any tuning changes needed for stage 2 bank caliber transmission, and what would be reasonable labor cost to expect for a job like this to be taken care of installation-wise? So
The stage 2 has stock gears.
It has stock gears, so no
there's
tune
no
update.
tuning issues.
If you're doing a stage 3 where the gear ratios change, then a tune update's required for a manual car.
Right.
And what would be a reasonable labor cost? Depends on where you're at in the country. If you're in Florida, you're probably going to pay $100 to $150 an hour.
Yeah, I want to say that's a 6 to 8 hour job ish.
Yeah, R&R trans and clutch.
Yeah,
It's probably around there.
I think.
Genoa Davis, would you say the Roush Stage 1 Supercharger for 2019 Mustang is equivalent to the VMP Stage 2? I'd say absolutely not.
No.
The biggest
the
issue-
Consuela, no.
No. The biggest issue with that Roush blower isn't its ability to move air. I mean, it's a little bit different than the Odin. It's more so its ability to cool the air that it's compressing. Odin does that leaps and bounds better than the Roush blower does.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And
I've seen the data. He's not lying.
exactly.
This fly.
Yeah, we got to work on that. So yeah, I'd say it's not really the equivalent. I'd say in terms of how much boost it's configured to make in the, what we'll call the stock configuration, the two are similar. Our kit should be outputting less boost, making similar power than the Roush kit. And then
No, I know.
that one's it.
No.
And
No.
We'll do one last check for questions.
Say it isn't so. No.
I did.
No oil pump gear questions.
So 2 weeks from now is Texas 2K. If any of you guys are going out there, we'll see you out there. Like Matt said earlier, we're going to Texas 2K. I probably won't be in the booth for 99% of the event. I'm going there recreationally. If you see me there, try not to ask me questions about your shit.
Because he's clocked out people.
I'm just there to have a good
We're
time.
going to get, listen, I got it. We're going to get you 2 shirts. We're going to get you a shirt that says on duty and off duty. Or how about an open and closed? Like an open sign and a closed sign, and then depending on what shirt Joe wears is determined on whether you can answer or ask him questions or not.
If you see me with a kolache in my hand, don't bug me. I'm just trying to enjoy my kolache.
Don't lie to me. You're drinking White Claw. Don't lie to me.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what a kolache is?
No.
He doesn't know what a kolache is.
I don't know what a kolache is.
I actually don't know what it is. I was just going to say one thing. I was going to say, speaking of White Claws, happy Mardi Gras, everybody.
Oh, when is that?
Tonight, son.
Tonight?
Today is Mardi Gras. We're going to get messed up tonight.
Damn,
God.
chocolate milk for everybody.
Chocolate milk for everyone.
We're getting chocolate milk wasted. But yeah, we'll be going to Texas 2 weeks from now. I think Bradenton's this weekend.
Yep. Bradenton's this weekend. TX2K is next weekend. Ponies in the Smokies is the following weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you want to travel, you have the opportunity to see us a lot over the next couple of weeks.
Facts.
But until then, we'll see you guys next week.
Factual information.
And yeah. Until then, hit me up on Call of Duty Black Ops 3, SVTJ123.
We'll catch you on that now.
Or Black Ops 2.
Jesus.
Bye guys.
See ya.